What's up, guys? New Hope Cuts here. I'm sitting inside the trailer on this lovely day. It's cloudy and overcast outside, but ain't got much going on today. Today is kind of a chill day for the most part. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Guys, I'm really digging this Cinco G2 mic. It's really nice. It really is. It's really nice. I really enjoy the quality of the sound, the audio coming out of it. It seems like it's much more clear and crisp and more non-robotic versus the native. So if you're on the fence about one of these wireless mics for your camera or your phone, I mean, I have one for the iPhone that plugs in, and then it has the same kind of similar setup, but it's USB powered and all of that. And it works well for that too as well. But anyway, I want to do an end of the season review of the Surfer Pro 34 that's sitting in front of me. Right now it has 150 hours on it. If you've been watching my videos, I should say, of this particular mower, you know that it has served me well. And I just want to take a moment to kind of talk about it. For the new guys that are out there, or the old guys considering a entry level stand-up mower for your business. The primary purpose of this mower for my business has simply been for small backyards that had that really small gate. I have the Surfer Pro 34. They make a 48 version. I didn't want a 48 version because I currently own the Gravely 52 inch and the XD 52 inch. So it didn't really make sense for me to get a 48 because theoretically it wouldn't get me through the backyards that I wanted to get to, right? I do have a Toro Recycler 22 that I had bought off a marketplace for backyards that had that small gate, but quickly I was realizing that, hey, the backyard had a narrow gate, but that backyard size was fairly big. And there's nothing wrong with push mower. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with push mower. I will have a push mower, but I rarely use it. Really. To be honest with you, I got one property in my portfolio that I keep that on because of leaves. In the summertime, I could weed eat that front area of this commercial property, rental property, in 5 minutes. But in the wintertime, it drops a lot of leaves. So I can't, it's up on a elevation that you can't get to it from the front because of a set of stairs, and then it backs up to a brick wall on the other side, and then up front, there's a step-up walkway. So you can't get a zero turn up there. So you have to use a push mower in order to mulch up the leaves. That's really it. And if I ever get rid of that property, then I can get rid of the Toro Recycler. But anyway, back to the Surfer Pro. It's a great mower, guys. Have not had, the only issue that I've had with this mower is around the PTO switch button. Sometimes through vibration over a course of time, the way that connector is on the bottom, it somehow comes not completely disconnected, but disconnected to a point where you pull on the PTO to engage the blades and it doesn't turn the blades on. So I have to reach up underneath there, push it back up, and I can go for, I mean, maybe 2-3 months, and it happens again. Not a big issue because I know what it is. I could resolve it very quickly with some super glue, take care of it, and we done. But if I ever have to get it off of there, I'm gonna have to tear that connection up. But that's very minor for me because I know what the problem is, and I probably can go back to the dealer and say, "Hey, I got this problem," and they may just put a whole new wiring harness on there for the PTO switch. Outside of that, I have no issues with this mower. Zero. I hadn't had any issues. I changed the oil every 50 hours. So if it's got 150 on there right now, the oil's been changed 3 times since I've had it. Now, the dealer changed it at 10 hours for break-in. I let them take it back. And they took care of everything. The number one complaint that I've heard out on social media about the Surfer Pro is the speed. Now, is it as fast as the Gravely's and the Ariens? No, it's not. Is it faster than a push mower? Yes. Will it definitely get the job done? Absolutely. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. I would buy it again, right? For my application. It doesn't have the serviceable transmissions. I think it goes up to either 7 miles an hour. But when you're zooming in those small, tight backyards, you get through them. And it will get the job done. I even put it on a medium-sized yard just because I want to kind of see how well it does. Right now, with the grass is not growing, I mean, you can use this to touch up a property. You ain't got to be in a hurry. Remember, it's not a race. It's a marathon, guys. And this is a marathon mower. It will get the job done at the end of the day. It's not a Gravely Pro Stance. It's not a Vertec, any of that. But it has made its money back. I added a chute blocker. You can't go wrong. I added some lights. I added a camera mount when I want to do POV. But other than that, it's been fine. It comes with flat free casters in the front and air tires in the back. No issues, no concerns with it. Change the filter. I don't care for the air filter that is in there. I think Kawasaki, they rate this more as a consumer. I'm sorry, they rate it as a consumer, but they also rate it as a commercial because they give you a commercial warranty on this versus a consumer warranty on it. But they could have done a better job with the air filter design. That air filter sucks on this thing because it's that small one that, you know, it doesn't have the inner filter with it. It just had a single air filter. So I changed it out. I got plenty of them in the shop and all of that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? Blades. I've gotten the stock blades for this through the dealer as well as Amazon. And then I run the Copperhead mulching blades on here. They work fine. The mulching blades work fine. Depending on the usage, I can go, several hours before I have to swap the blades out. So, outside of that, I mean, it's an entry-level stand-on mower. And if that's what you need to start out with, this is the one. This is it. Now, if I was going to bigger properties, and I'm just like every other man, right? Is that once you get something, you like a stand-on for the first time, You want to see, okay, this is pretty good. What does it look like to have something else a little bit more beefier, a little bit more heavier, a little bit more faster? I get that. I've done it. I mean, I was in my dealer the other day. He had a 2-year-old Pro stand sitting up there. He trying to get rid of it. But I'm thinking, do I really need that? You really got to think about what's your application, right? If I didn't have those small backyard gated areas, I probably wouldn't be having a Surfer Pro, because that's not in my portfolio of customers. But the number one reason that I got this mower was to be able to walk to a person's property and see that gate and say, no problem. I didn't worry about pushing it, having to string trim all of it. I can get through that gate. And that's the advantage right now that I have with some guys that have to rely on a push mower to push those bigger backyards. Now, I don't have to have that because of the Surfer Pro. And I'm thinking about it from a sales advantage. When a customer comes up to me and says, hey, can you give me a quote? And by the way, I got a real small back gate. I used to ask the question, how small is the gate? I don't ask the question anymore. When I show up to the property, I can get in the gate. There's no question. Because the customer would say, yeah, I had guys come in here and they wouldn't come back because I had that small gate. So they didn't want to push mow the property. Okay, that's their problem, not mine. Because guess what? I don't have to push mow your property. If you give me 36 inches, if you give me 35 inches or better, I'm coming through that gate. You've seen the videos I posted on my social media channels. This gets the job done. This guy has won me more of that business of the small back gate scenarios than anything I own. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know the Ariens XD I'm sitting on was the first mower that I bought, paid for. You'll know the Gravely that's sitting in front of this, how I acquired that. And you'll know about this guy. Now, if you've been following the channel, Surfer Pro. So if you're in the market for an entry level stand-on mower, this is your one. This is your one. I promise you that this is your one. Retail price, I got it for $49.99. So let's say $5,000 plus tax, right? $5,000 plus tax. I got my money out of it. I got this mower last year in 2023 in July. In July, I got this in July 2023. We are over a year, and this is it. Shout out to Chopping Blades. He got one. The guy, Billy Goat. Shout out to Billy Goat. He's got one. I think he was the first one that had. Chopping Blades got one, and then I got one. And whoever else follows the channel. People say it's slow. If you're looking for speed, this is not your mower. But if you're looking for that consistently getting it done, this is your mower. And people say, well, it looks cheap, it looks weak, it looks this, it looks that. Don't let the look of this mower fool you guys. It ain't got that wide pad in the back. You got to get used to that. I got used to it. It doesn't have all that extra crap on there. I tell you what, another knock is around the gas tank. I wish the gas tank was clear. On the first generation model of these, the gas tank was clear. I wish the gas tank was clear on here so I can see how much is in there. The gas tank design, yes, is a little to be desired for, but I done got used to it now. I know exactly how much gas to put in there. When it starts running out, guess what? I got enough gas. And I'm ready to go. So enough rambling. I just want to get on here and do a end of the season, end of a full year review of the Surfer Pro 34. If you're on the fence about it, don't be. If you got small backyards that you are currently pushing right now, and you need something to help you get through those backyards, don't worry about how small that gate is. This is the one. And you get what you pay for. $5,000 investment. I got my money back. The Pro Stance, the other hustlers that gets them into them double-digit numbers, I'm gonna have my money back by now. But the Surfer Pro has got me the money back. So that's all I got for you guys now. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get this thing uploaded. And as always, guys, New Hope cuts. Keep cutting.